Welcome back, Mir Bachol. With exams just around the corner, let's quickly master this super interesting chapter on stem cells. It's easier than you think. So let's start with a mind-blowing question. Just imagine, what if our body had its very own magical repair kit? Something that could fix damaged parts, maybe even grow new ones. Sounds like something out of a superhero movie, right? Well, guess what? It's real science. Here is our game plan for today. We'll start by talking about your body's magic cells. Then we'll check out the stem cell family tree. After that, we'll see how these supercells lead to super cures and even how we can grow organs in the lab. And finally, we'll do a special power-up for your board exams. Ready? Let's go. Okay, let's dive right into our first section. So what exactly are these magic cells we keep hearing so much about? Think of them as blank slates or like Joker cards in our body. They're these special, immature cells that can do two amazing things. First, they can make more copies of themselves. That's called self-renewal. And second, they can transform into any kind of specialized cell the body needs, like a muscle cell, a skin cell, or even a brain cell. That's called differentiation. This dual power is what makes them so special. Now hold on, it's not quite that simple. Not all stem cells are the same, so let's take a look at their family tree to understand the different types. And Bachon, this next part is super important for your exams. To keep things simple, we classify them in two main ways. First, where do they come from in the body? That's their source. And second, how powerful are they? That's what we call their potency. Remembering this distinction is going to be very helpful, so pay close attention. Okay, so let's look at the two main sources. On one hand, you've got embryonic stem cells. These are found in the super early stages of development, in the embryo. They're incredibly powerful. We call them pluripotent, which means they can become any cell type in the entire body. Then, on the other hand, we have adult stem cells. We find these in our tissues, even as grown-ups, in places like our bone marrow. They're a bit less powerful. We call them multipotent. And their main job is to just repair and maintain the tissue where they live. To remember potency, I have a simple trick. Just think of keys. A totipotent cell, that's the ultimate master key. It can create a whole new person, including all the support systems like the placenta. Next is pluripotent. Think of this as the building's master key. It can open any door inside the building, meaning make any body cell, but it can't build a whole new building because it can't make the placenta. Then there's multipotent. That's like a house key. It can only open doors inside one house, like how blood stem cells can make different types of blood cells, but nothing else. And finally, unipotent is like a key to a single room. It can only make one specific type of cell. Easy, right? And look at this! This diagram from your textbook shows everything we just talked about perfectly. You can see how the zygote is totipotent, then the inner cells become pluripotent, and finally, in an adult, the cells are multipotent. You should definitely take a screenshot of this for your notes box, Sean. It's a fantastic summary. So why is all of this so exciting? I mean, why are scientists all over the world working so hard on this? Well, let's look at the incredible medical applications that make these cells true superheroes. Just imagine for a second being able to treat some of the toughest neurological diseases out there. Using stem cells, we could potentially help patients with Parkinson's by regenerating damaged nerve cells, or even help repair a spinal cord after an injury, giving hope to people who are paralyzed. This is truly the future of medicine. And it doesn't stop with the brain. From fixing a heart after a heart attack to creating new cells that make insulin for diabetic patients, the possibilities are just huge. In fact, one of the most common stem cell therapies we use today is the bone marrow transplant. It's used all the time to treat blood cancers. Okay, let's take this to the next level. What if we need more than just a few cells? What happens if a whole organ, like a kidney or a liver, is failing? See, this is where we face a challenge. Just injecting some cells can help repair tissues, but sometimes the entire 3D structure of an organ is damaged, and growing cells flat in a petri dish just won't cut it. We need that complex architecture. So, scientists came up with a brilliant new approach. And that's organ culture. The main goal here is to grow a small piece of an organ, or even a tiny mini organ called an organoid, outside the body, in a lab. The most important thing is to make sure it keeps its 3D shape and works just like it would inside our body. How cool is that? All right, exam time is near. Let's get you fully prepared. Tension Linika. You've got this.
Let's go through some typical questions you might see on your board exam.
Now this is a classic, a very important 3-mark question that comes up a lot. Let's break down how to write the perfect answer to get full marks.
So here's the crucial point. The one thing you must remember. Totipotent cells can make everything, the entire baby and the support systems like the placenta. But pluripotent cells can only make all the cells of the baby itself. They can't make the placenta. That's the key difference. And don't forget to give the examples, zygote for totipotent and the inner cell mass for pluripotent, to score those full marks. Okay, time for a quick MCQ round. A hematopoietic stem cell, which makes all our blood cells, is an example of what? Is it A, totipotent, B, pluripotent, or C, multipotent? What do you think? I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
The correct answer is C, multipotent. If you got that right, well done. Remember our house key analogy? Hematopoietic stem cells are the masters of the blood system. They can make a whole family of blood cells, but they can't make brain cells or skin cells. This shows you've understood the concept of potency perfectly. Great job. And that's a wrap for today. Keep revising, and as you do, think about this question. What is the biggest hope and also the biggest challenge for this amazing science right here in India over the next 10 years? It's a powerful thought. All the very best for your exams. I know you're going to do great.